Hello, my name is Debbie Velasquez. I am a member of Group 3, Team Canada. Welcome to our Lessons Learned presentation. In this presentation, my group members and I will be discussing the following topics. Number 1, recovery. In this section, we will go over the incident as well as discuss the incident containment and eradication methods. Number 2, incident response team. Here we will discuss the team's areas of effectiveness as well as areas that need improvement. Number 3, security controls. In this section, we will discuss the failed security controls as well as the ways to improve these security controls. Number 4, security awareness programs. Here we will discuss the security programs as well as the ways to improve these programs. Number 5, vulnerabilities. In this section, we will discuss what are the current vulnerabilities that threaten the system. And finally, number 6, enhancing security. Here we will discuss security management. Recovery.
Incident overview. Canadian government suffered a revolting ransom attack during the Global Economic Summit. Attackers leveraged a phishing attack to infect workstation and demanded repayments in Bitcoin in exchange for the release of the systems. The IR team's responsibilities include developing an incident response plan, testing for and resolving system vulnerabilities, maintaining strong security best practices, and providing support for all incident handling measures. The incident response team was able to use their technical skills to identify, contain, and eradicate the malware without paying ransom. Talking about incident containment and incident eradication. Incident containment is a function that assists to limit and prevent further damage from happening, along with ensuring there is no destruction of forensic evidence that may be needed for legal actions against the attacker later. Containment is a strategy, and it can be defined based on areas in the IT infrastructure. It can be at the perimeter, extended perimeter, internal tier, or at the endpoint, or it can also be a combination of any of the above. The perimeter and extended perimeter strategy includes stopping the outbound communication from infected machine, block inbound traffic, IDS, IPSC filters, web application firewall policies, etc. Internal network strategy can be applied by using switch-based VLAN isolation, router-based segment isolation, port blocking, IP or MAC address blocking, ACLs, etc. For the endpoint strategy, it can be actualized by disconnecting the laptop or desktop, power off the servers, blocking rules in desktop firewall, HIPS, etc. It is imperative to define which strategy is short-term and which is long-term. The objective of short-term containment is to prevent the asset or the user from causing further damage in the organization, while long-term containment helps to stop users or assets in the organization from getting impacted by the same incident. Validating the strategy is necessary, and it can be done using simulations and test runs of incidents, which will help fine-tune the strategy and coordinate the team. After that, the next thing is to ensure effective strategy against the attack vector. This is where monitoring of the attack vector, targeted victims, outbound traffic from the victims, and so on become important measures of effectiveness. Finally, a validated containment strategy, a detailed containment plan, and an effective monitoring routine together make incident containment whole and meaningful. In the case of incident eradication, once the issues are contained, there's a need to find and eliminate the root cause of the breach. That is, all firmware should be securely removed, systems should again be added and patched, and updates should be applied. If any traces of malware or security issues remain in the system, one may lose valuable data and the liability could increase. The questions to address include: have the artifacts or malware from the attacker been securely removed? Has the system been added, patched, and updates applied? Can the system be re-imaged? And so on and so forth. In the case of recovery, this is the process of restoring and returning affected systems and devices back into the business environment. The questions to address include: when can systems be returned to production? Have systems been patched, hardened, and tested? Can the system be restored from a trusted backup? How long will the affected system be monitored? And what will you look for when monitoring? What tools will ensure similar attacks will not reoccur?
Incident Response Team. The incident response team was very effective in the following areas. Number 1, containing the infected system to prepare for further investigation into the incident. Number 2, the team's investigation proved deficient in the identification of the attack vector and the infection methods. Number 3, furthermore, the team's investigation also resulted in the recovery of the systems without having to pay the ransom. And number 4, as a result of their quick actions, the team prevented further infection and compromisation of other internal systems and discovered new ways to prevent similar future attacks. The incident response team can improve in the following areas. Number 1, user training. User training must be incorporated to ensure users are aware of appropriate email security measures and tested on their overall security awareness aptitude. Number 2, incident response plan. The improvement of the response plan can ensure damages are kept to a minimum and prevent any infection from spreading to other systems. Number 3, endpoint security. The implementation of endpoint security solutions should stop ransomware from ever occurring or at least make it even harder for attackers to execute. And finally, number 4, increased network monitoring. The implementation of stricter network monitoring will assist in discovering attacks more quickly and possibly prevent future attacks. Security controls.
Some of the failed security controls that we found was the antivirus systems. The antivirus system failed to detect malicious ransomware.exe. Secondly, we also found intrusion prevention systems / intrusion detection systems and email filtration system. Essentially, the IPS and IDS failed to recognize malicious email content and contain those emails prior to reaching a whole system in the HR department. When it comes to improvement of security controls, we found that the intrusion prevention system and email filtration system could be improved, specifically keyword detection, establishing keyword protection when certain words are detected in email, such as virus, ransomware, or Trojan horse would be essential. Secondly, spam trap filters, taking IP address and domain names provided by ISP and actually blacklisting those particular IP address that are not allowed. Finally, monitoring obscured files and data. So monitoring hidden macros and attachments to ensure emails with hidden macros are vetted prior to execution.
Security awareness programs. The current state of the security awareness programs is not adequate and effective enough for users as proven by the recent cyber attack. Currently, users are not trained on all types of social engineering attacks. They will need to be trained on phishing, spear phishing, whaling, and vishing, to name a few. Also, users are not properly assessed after their security awareness training. Currently, users only read a PowerPoint slide. Third, the frequency of the users have to take security awareness training is too long. users may easily forget the information until they are required to take the next security awareness training. Below are improvements to our security awareness programs and training that will make it better and more effective for users. First, a pre-assessment security awareness quiz will be taken by users to assess their prior knowledge. Then users will take the improved user training with all types of social engineering tactics and cyber attacks used. After, a post-assessment quiz will need to be taken with a passing score of 80% needed to certify users that they have completed their security awareness training. This method will introduce a learning aspect that will allow users to retain the information better. Lastly, security awareness training will be required to be taken monthly now by all users instead of quarterly.
Vulnerabilities. Network vulnerabilities may include any of the following: missing data, OS command injection, SQL injection, buffer overflow, missing authentication for critical function, missing authorization, unrestricted upload of dangerous file types, reliance on untrusted inputs in a security decision, cross-site scripting and forgery, download of codes without integrity checks, use of broken algorithm, URL redirection to untrusted sites, path traversal, bugs, weak passwords, software that is already infected with virus, and many, many more. To keep the system network secure from the previously mentioned vulnerabilities, it is important to stay on top of bandwidth usage with alerts when devices exceed thresholds, block users from visiting suspected and confirmed unsafe sites, setting whitelists and blacklist filters, and filter internet activity by day, category, and URL to reveal trends, spikes, and irregularities. Enhancing security. To manage security, security teams need a normalized, comprehensive view of the following. Number 1, network, which includes routing rules, access rules, NAT, VPN, etc. Number 2, hosts, which includes all products and versions, services, vulnerabilities, and patches. And number 3, asset, including asset groupings and classifications. To further manage security, administrators must be able to drill into the details for a device, easily accessible on routes, access policies, and configuration compliance. And this information must be considered within the context such as segments or zones, routers, switches, intrusion prevention systems, and firewalls. Moreover, attack simulation tools enable security teams to target use of their IPS protection, activating only necessary signatures, maximizing performance, and prioritizing vulnerabilities. Secure change management incorporates risk management in an orchestrated, standardized process. Step 1, flags changes outside of the structure. Step 2, allows administrators to reconcile flag changes. And Step 3, troubleshoot where needed. And that concludes our presentation today. Thank you so much for joining us.